What's up, guys? This is Pooka bringing you round 5 from the Chicago, Illinois Battle Road between Travis Wade on the left and Adam Vernola on the right. Now, in the previous round, we did have a mirror match, and in this round, once again, we will have a mirror match, but this one is a different one. It's a Hydreigon mirror match. But once again, we're going to see that even though they are playing the same concept, their cards are going to differ greatly. You're going to see big differences between the lists of Travis and Adam, and I won't get into that immediately, but we'll see as the game goes on. Now, Travis did go first. He is the player on the left, and all he did was play a Charon. You can see there's a Prism Energy, and he actually goes for a Confuse Ray because he couldn't play any of his trainers. He wanted to get an energy on the board, but he couldn't actually junk hunt to get anything back because he couldn't play any trainers. He can't get supporters back, unfortunately. And now we're seeing a random receiver from Adam, and there are a ton of different cards he has to reveal here. Does he even play supporters? Okay, there's one. So he probably revealed about a third of his deck just on that random receiver, which is horrible. You don't want to reveal that much information to your opponent. Maybe there's some tech cards that your opponent sees now that you might have wanted to drop out of nowhere. Hydreigon is the perfect deck to just drop random techs out of nowhere, because you can just drop all of your energy, or drop the Pokemon and move all the energy over to that Pokemon with Dark Trance. But if there were any tech Pokemon that Adam had, likely they were revealed there. And now Adam's going to be going for the Paralyzation attack on Dino. I don't quite remember what it's called. I know there's the Guard Press one. He plays one of each version of the dinos, the dragon ones. Apparently he started with the Paralyzation one, and he paralyzed poor Travis's Sableye. And we're going to get into an awkward game here where the first turn involved a Confuse Ray, and now the Sableye is paralyzed, and I don't know what's going to go on in this match. Right now, there's no real advantage for either player. The main advantage is that Travis went first. Doesn't look like he can evolve or really do anything. I think he played another Charon this turn and just drew 3 more cards. Couldn't see what else he did. But we have these Wireless, 2 of them from Adam. So he's going to get a leg up on evolving into Hydreigon. And here is a Juniper for Adam, so he has what would seem to be the much better start. He can't really attack this turn, but he's getting a leg up on evolving his Pokemon. And there are 2 Darkrai's, so the other advantage Travis had is that he had Darkrai in play, which now Adam does as well. So I think Adam now is going to have a bit of a better board position, but since Travis did go first, he's going to have the first opportunity to actually do anything with it. And this is kind of a matchup where the first person to get the Hydreigon out normally has a bit of an advantage. You get to move all your energy around. Usually you're going to be the first one to attack and put pressure on the other guy. But this is going to be a match that gets very, very long and drawn out because, well, both guys play Max Potion. And looks like Adam flips 1 out of 2 heads for the double hit. Does 20. That damage to the Dino shouldn't be too relevant. I believe the Hydreigon has 150 hit points. So that damage shouldn't really do much. Maybe he can target it with a Night Spear, 30 damage one time, and then no, he still can't catch it out. So the 20 damage doesn't really matter, but you know, you might as well just go for it. Your Zweilous is probably safe. Even if it gets knocked out, you can just Dark Patch the energy back. So there's no real downside to it. And now we're going to see if Travis has anything. He really hasn't done much. He plays the Max Potion. And he decides to actually Headbutt. Interesting decision when he could have retreated and gotten that Max Potion back. And now if Adam gets a Darkrai attacking this turn, which it looks like he certainly will. He's got the Ultra Ball. He's going for the Hydreigon. And he should be able to get a Night Spear this turn. He's discarding that Dark. That indicates he'll have access to a Dark Patch, or at least another energy in his hand. And he's going to see what else he wants to discard. Sometimes discarding cards with Ultra Ball can be very detrimental. Sometimes it's very useful with discarding basic dark energy. And oh, looks like he's going to discard a dark patch. He's thinking about it. What's he going to get rid of? Yeah, the dark patch as well. So he'll be the first one to start being able to manipulate his energy. And oh, almost grabbed a Darkrai there. Smileless does not evolve into Darkrai, unfortunately. So there we go. He picked the right Pokemon. And he's going to have the most flexibility starting off. We don't know if Travis really has anything. I don't think he played a supporter the previous turn. So that is going to be a problem for him as well. Adam is playing a catcher. I don't know why he would. He could just take a knockout on the active, but he's going to get a hit in on the Darkrai. I don't think this is the best plan of action. It could be if Travis doesn't have a max potion. It certainly could be. But at this point, I think he might just be content to knock out the Dino, go for the other Dino next turn, and then it should be all downhill if Travis can never get his stage 2 into play and never start moving his energy around. So I think Travis is actually happy that his Dino didn't get knocked out. It also doesn't give up a prize, which is going to be crucial for this matchup because, well, prizes can be hard to come by with all the retreating and max potions and junk hunting and blah 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 for resources. So interesting choice from Adam to catch up the Darkrai. It's a bit of a risk. Basically just saying, alright, I hope you don't have a max potion. If you do, my turn was somewhat wasted. Not really, because I still get to do 32 bench Pokemon. But at the end of the day, you're probably better just taking out the little guys than going after the big boy Darkrai. So how will Travis follow this up? He's going to retreat to his Sableye. Looks like he has a Juniper in his hand. Does he want to play it? He's going to max potion both Pokemon there. So there's 3 max potions gone, but he will be able to junk hunt those way in. Oh, 2 dark patches. Whoa. Got some fancy play going on here from Travis. Discards 2 energy with max potions, gets him right back with 2 dark patches. Now that is a lot of resources gone for Travis right away. So he's probably going to have to use his turn to junk hunt. He's already retreated as well. Does he want to Juniper though? He's got a rare candy in his hand, and oh, he decides to discard the hand instead of playing the N for 6. And shuffling in, saving that rare candy. And the Shaman EX. So, will it pay off? He could always junk hunt for the rare candy. But at this point, you probably want to junk hunt for 2 max potions, just because those are going to be so crucial in this matchup, probably. Either that, or catchers. Those are both going to be very crucial. So we do see him evolve into these Wylists. Puts down a 3rd Dino. So he is very scared of losing his little guys. He wants that energy acceleration. Well, not really acceleration, the energy manipulation. He wants to be able to move everything around. And wants to be very secure with that. Because really, if you cannot move your energy around in this matchup, you're going to be way behind. Let's see, we're going to see a junk hunt. What's he going to go for? I believe 1 will be a max potion at the very least. And it looks like a rare candy as well. Now we do. Ooh, was that a Reshiram EX in Travis's hand? Okay, we might see some interesting things in this matchup. Like I said, these guys do play fairly different lists. They're not going to be all the same. Haven't seen either player use an Eviolite yet, but I'm sure one of them does. And there we have an N. This is the weakness of Sableye. You can use Junk Hunt to get 2 cards back, but then your opponent can just use N to make it shuffle in, and maybe you won't draw them back. But I think Travis will be fine with this. He really needs to get the Hydreigon out soon, otherwise Adam's going to have an advantage here. Once again, I think it was a strange play to not just take out the Dino on Adam's part. If you can take all those out from your opponent, it's not easy, granted, but if you can use your catchers to take those out, you're at a major advantage in this matchup, in the mirror matchup, because, I mean, if they can't move energy and you can, you're probably going to win. And if they don't have an answer to your Hydreigon, because it can attack too, it can do 140 damage. If they don't have a way to knock it out in 1 hit, that can be a big deal as well. So now Adam is going to take the first prize, Night Spear the Sableye, put 30 on a Dino, and he should be in a good position from here on out. And then we see a Tool Scrapper. So it looks like Travis has opted to play Tool Scrapper instead of Eviolite. I don't know if he plays Eviolite as well, but I'm just going to assume that he doesn't. It takes up a lot of space to run both of those, and you're already running a Stage 2 deck with max potions and all sorts of fancy stuff like Reshiram EX. So I don't know. He might play Eviolite as well, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that he only plays Tool Scrapper. And this is going to basically be a wash. I mean, Adam might have the upper hand because he can Eviolite some turns where Adam would not have access to the Tool Scrapper. And looks like he's going to Juniper. He attached a blend to the bench to Zweilous, hoping to get a Hydreigon out soon, I suppose. But does he draw anything? Ugh. This is an ugly hand from Travis. Nothing really going his way so far. He's going to be behind from the start. Adam gets the first Night Spear. Well, the first 2 Night Spears. Takes the first prize. Has a Hydreigon out. Basically, he's got complete board control at this point. But anything can really happen in a matchup like this. Let's see. It looks like Travis just has a Night Spear. So at the very least, he'll give up one more prize this turn. He's going to target down the Hydreigon with the Night Spear. Okay, he's changing his mind to the Darkrai. I like that decision much better. And now, let's see what Adam does. Now, if he has a max potion, that's really not going to matter. And it looks like that's what he has based on his body language here. Yes, he's going to move all the energy off with Dark Trance, then move them back. And he's got another Eviolite. So maybe this Eviolite instead of Tool Scrapper is going to pay off big time. We see a lot of people who just use Tool Scrapper because of Garbodor. It's always a threat. That can knock out, or, well, I guess knock out your abilities from play. But Eviolite overall is the stronger card if you can manage to keep it in play. And now we see Adam is ahead by 2 prizes. He has the damage lead. He hit Travis's Darkrai 490. And now what is Travis going to do? He benches the Reshiram EX. Now this is not a card we see very often in any sort of deck. It's pretty fragile. It has 180 hit points, but if you flip tails with Brave Fire, you kind of knock yourself out almost, because you're going to put 50 damage on yourself, and you just kind of open the door for your opponent's Mewtwo or anything that can hit for 130 to knock you out, and you just lose 2 prizes just like that. And in this deck in particular, it's going to be horrendous because you would give up 4 energy then, and you might not be able to attack anymore. It does work well with a blend energy because fire is one of those types, as you can see on there. I believe it's Psychic, Grass, Fire, and Dark. Those are the 4 for this blend energy. So I guess Reshiram EX works well for that. I'm not sure what the purpose of it is in his deck. Maybe it could knock out opposing Hydreigons without having to sacrifice his own. That's one thing it could be used for. He benches a Sigilyph. I don't know how useful that's going to be in this matchup, but he decides that, alright, I used my Super Rod, I don't think I can get this back, so I'm going to put this down and hope for the best. So where does Travis go from here? Looks like he's finally got that Ultra Ball. He's going to be able to search for... Alright, he's going to discard a Blend and a Basic Dark. Well, I shouldn't say Basic Dark anymore, because, hey, Special Dark is gone. But he's going to discard a Dark and a Blend for, finally, the Hydreigon. This is a problem with this deck. Sometimes you just take forever to get that Stage 2 into play. And by the time you get it out, you're just too far behind to really do anything. So he's finally got it out. Looks like he's going to catch her out the other Darkrai. It's an interesting choice. Oh, it's got 30 on it already. That means he can move all of his energy to it. He's going to move 2 blends and all. He's got 4 energy. He's got enough to use Brave Fire. Did not think I would see this happening, that's for sure. And he's going to move an energy around so he can max potion off his Darkrai. That 90 damage. And wow, this is a big play from Travis. He's going to tie the game up with Brave Fire, and oh, he gets a Tails. Takes that 5. He has to take 50 damage now Can Adam capitalize on this? That's going to be the question here. Now, Darkrai will not be able to knock him out in one hit, but if Adam plays like a Mewtwo down, all it takes is 3 energy and he can X-Ball that Reshiram back to where it came and take advantage of this risky Reshiram. But even a Night Spear would probably be good. He will Super Rod. Or if he really needs to, he can just use the Hydreigon to Dragon Blast for 140. That would be a knockout as well. But it looks like, uh-oh, here is the big difference in Adam's deck. He just put down a Terrakion. He plays Prism Energy in the deck as well. Does he get one and a catcher? No, but that would have been a big deal. This might actually be the deciding factor in the game. If Adam can use Terrakion to retaliate or even Land Crush Travis's Darkrai for a one-hit knockout, he's going to end up winning the game. But now it looks like he might have to just be content with using Dragon Blast for the knockout. He does have a Dark Patch in hand as well, so he can get some more Dark Energy into play. Let's see if he plays one of those this turn. He's going to Dark Trance all of his energy up to the active. And this is the major downside of Reshiram EX. Sometimes you hit yourself for 50. You take your opponent down, but then you take yourself right down with them. And here we go. There's 2 more prizes from Adam. He's going to Dragon Blast for 140. And that should be a knockout. Yeah. Definitely a knockout. And now Travis is in a horrible position. He's down 2 prizes. He only has 1 energy in play. Where does he go from here? In a perfect world, if he gets 2 Dark Patches and an energy this turn, he could knock out this active. And that would be a terrific advantage. Or if he had Shaman EX, he could pull off something, but it looks like he doesn't. And he's going to have to catcher out Adam's Darkrai. I'm not sure why exactly he did that, but he did. And we have a rare candy into another Hydreigon. But I mean, he might be out of blend energies at this point too. It's tough to tell. And he's just going to be happy with going with a Night Spear this turn, it looks like. Puts down another Darkrai. Let's see, he's got 4 Pokemon on his bench at this point. And things are starting to look grim for Travis. And it's starting to look more and more like Adam has this. Now, Travis really had a 1-turn window there to knock out Adam's Hydreigon. If he did that, he would have been in a tremendous position to win the game. No doubt about it. He could have just taken out all the energy from Adam's field. And he would have taken out the Hydreigon. He would have taken out the Energy Manipulator too. So that was a big play that could have happened, but now not much he can do about it. Still 2 energy on Adam's field. He only needs 1 in order to Night Spear again. And it looks like he's got a couple Dark Patches in his hand too. So I think at this point Adam has pretty much wrapped this game up. I don't know for sure. There are always things that can happen. But I'm going to go ahead and guess that Adam has pretty much won this game. He's just got way too much of an advantage at this point. I don't believe Travis plays anything like Terrakion. I don't think he has really any out to winning this game. We're going to see another Hydreigon from Adam. Unless Travis plays like a plus power, he didn't even do 30 to the bench Darkrai, so that wouldn't even be an option. I think he probably should have done 30 to the bench Darkrai to give himself some options here. Maybe a big Mewtwo. Maybe that wouldn't have been enough, but maybe if he plays, actually I don't really know what Travis plays in his deck, but there's not much that can help him at this point besides Shaman EX, which he had to discard early on, so I don't think he has that. I don't know how many catchers he's used, but he's got to be running low. Even if he has one, that Eviolite on Adam's Darkrai has proven to be worth his weight in gold, as now it's preventing a 2-hit knockout. And let's see, does Adam have a max potion as well? Those 2 Dark Patches were a pretty big deal, just to get more energy on his board. So, Travis, it's going to be just a game of how long can I survive, and can I survive long enough to make a difference? At this point, you have to worry about the 140 damage from Hydreigon's Dragon Blast. So any of your Pokemon, or any of your EXs that have under 140 HP left, if you put it active, you're going to lose the game. Fortunately, his Darkrai has 150 left, so he'll be okay still. I give this game about 2 turns, 3 turns maybe, depending on what happens. Just because eventually Night Spear damage is going to add up. Eventually, a Hydreigon's going to come out and Dragon Blast. And I don't know how many attackers that Travis really has left. His hand doesn't look very good. He's burned through a lot of resources. He just had the slower start. He played, I believe he's gone through 3 max potions at this point. And if anything ever happens, Adam could just retaliate with Terrakion and take the game that way. So he's just going to do what he can. Night Spear, do 90 to the active, and then 10 to the bench Darkrai. So I'm not going to do a whole lot, but that's okay. And let's see if Adam can do anything this turn. He does play Mewtwo as well. He has 5 energy on board. Let's see. If he plays 1 more energy and then a Mewtwo, he could actually X-Ball this game, I believe. Or X-Ball for the game. He's going to, let's see. He's thinking about retreating here. Let's see. Does he have the Mewtwo in his hand? He's got 6 energy on board. There's 9 on that Darkrai, or 9 including the Darkrai. He's setting up a Hydreigon. I'm not sure what he's doing with this. He's just playing musical chairs with this Pokemon. He can't decide. Finally puts up this Darkrai with the Eviolite. But yeah, the Mewtwo with all the energy would have been game over if Adam had it. I don't know if he does or not. And it looks like he's just going to Night Spear. He's just taking a look around, seeing if there's any more energy hiding on Travis's Pokemon. And he's going to Night Spear. He can do 30 to the Darkrai and then pretty much wrap up the game. He'll just be 2 Night Spears away and eventually he'll win. He puts it on the Hydreigon though. Does Travis have a shot at this game? There's, let's see, should be 80 damage on that Darkrai. There are 4 energy. If he gets a Mewtwo, he can actually knock out Adam's Darkrai this turn. And he'll have a shot. Yeah, there's a Mewtwo. Oh, wow. This game's gonna swing around, folks. Maybe Adam won't have the ability to take out this Mewtwo quickly enough. If he doesn't have a max potion or a Mewtwo, Travis is gonna take this game in a couple turns here, I think. He did play his hand down to 0, though, so he doesn't have a catcher or anything, but this is getting very, very close. He moves all 4 energy to his Mewtwo. Praise, goes for the X-Ball. Adam's just going to add it up. Yes, that is 140 damage minus 40. So, that 10 damage from the Night Spear earlier that I complained about made me look stupid because that just set up the play that gave Travis he gave Travis a chance, but Vernola top decks the max potion. That was the card he needed to have a shot at this game. And now, you know, I gotta think that Travis had a very, very good chance of winning if that didn't happen. But it did. Adam got a very fortunate top deck. And now, I think he's in a good position to win because he can just Night Spear, hit Travis's Darkrai for 30. That is 120 damage on it already. And then next turn, he just needs the extra 30 from Night Spear. And Travis really can't attack with anything unless he draws a max potion of his own. But I'm not sure how many he plays. If he only plays 3, then he's all out. If he plays 4, then maybe. He can still draw a max potion. He'll be just fine. If Adam doesn't have a catcher. But if Adam had a catcher, he would just win right now anyway. He's going to drop a blend on the active Darkrai. And it's all going to come down to this next turn. Does Travis have a way to block the 30 damage from Night Spear? Adam's just going to add the damage up, make sure he cannot get X-Balled for the game. It's only 7 energy, so it would take 3 more for Travis to pull off an X-Ball for 180, which is, by all means, not too practical. like a Dark Patch and a double colorless that he probably doesn't play. Or 2 Dark Patches, but I'm sure he's used a lot of them already. But this game has gotten really close. This is not over by any means. Travis has made this game close. You know, he fell behind early, and now he's going to have a shot to win the game. I believe he would have won the game, but Adam top-decked that crucial max potion there right at the opportune moment. I believe he had a Prism in his hand anyway, so he could have just retaliated the Mewtwo for 90, and then it would have been up to Travis to top-deck a catcher. So, I'm not sure what's going to go on here, but looks like Adam keeps considering retreating, but he makes the right move, and Night Spears this Mewtwo for 90, so that's going to put him in range of being knocked out by another Night Spear next turn. Puts 30 on that bench Darkrai, and does Travis draw anything? No, it looks like an Ultra Ball. And right now there's no way for him to avoid the Night Spear, 30 damage on the bench Darkrai. It's got 150 damage. Adam will take his last 2 prizes. There's no way for Travis to do anything about it. There's no status effects on his field that he could do. No Max Potion, no regular potion, no Eviolite, no nothing. And victory is just inevitable for Adam. Of course, Travis is just going to look around and see, is there possibly anything I can do? Does Sigilyph maybe block bench damage too? And the answer is no. And we are going to see Adam take this game, and I'm sure Travis will realize this soon enough, but you know, when you're in this situation, you always want to make sure there's nothing you can do, or make sure that you've looked through all of your options, and yeah, he had no options. There's a Prism and a Dark left in his deck, so he was losing regardless. And let's see. That should be the game, folks. And yep, Travis wraps it up. Says good game. And Adam Vernola will win this game. He will now be, I believe, 4-1 after this round. So he takes a very close match. And we're going to see what happens here. We have 1 round left here from the Chicago, Illinois Battle Road. But Adam Vernola is the winner in this mirror match. Great game between these guys. And unfortunate for Travis that he couldn't quite come back. Fortunate for Adam that he top-decked that Max Potion at the most opportune time. But hey, sometimes that's what the game's all about. So congratulations to Adam. We'll be moving on to round 6 from here. I've been Pooka from the Top Cut. Hope you enjoyed this match, and I'll see you guys next time.